I think it's fair to say that cinema was, no, the world was changed when the John Wick franchise came to theaters near you. Keanu Reeves, whose career had pretty much, many people had written off. He had, didn't really have much of a career going at the time. And John Wick looked like another little throwaway little action film that nobody was going to pay attention to. Well, guess what? We're paying attention now because John Wick came out, introduced the world to Gun Fu, and lives were touched. Lives were changed. People had a spiritual awakening when he said, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Well, at the end of John Wick Chapter 4, you would be forgiven, nay, it would be even understandable, if you were to believe that, okay, the John Wick franchise is now over because look at how John Wick Chapter 4 ended. The John Wick story is now over. Woo, what a great run it was. Well, you'd be wrong because the Continental rises again, and according to reports, Lionsgate has now officially announced that John Wick Chapter 5 is indeed in development. This comes to us from our folks over at Coming Soon, quoting John Drake, who's an executive at Lionsgate, in a really blathering run-on sentence, but I'll try my best to quote him here, where he said the following. We're now moving across that franchise, talking about the John Wick franchise, not just in the AAA video game space, but looking at what the regular cadence of spin-offs, television really growing that universe so that there is a steady cadence of a franchise that there's clear appetite by the audience, Drake said. What is official is that, as you know, Ballerina is the first spin-off that comes out next year. We're in development on 3 others, including John Wick Chapter 5 and including a television series, The Continental, will be airing soon. And so we're building out the world. And when that 5 movie comes, we'll be organic. We'll be organically grown out of how we're starting to tell those stories. But you can rely on a regular cadence of John Wick. So John Wick 5 is coming. Now, we already knew the Ballerina's coming. That's Ana de Armas is in that. Really excited about that. We got the Continental series. They dropped the first teaser for that. Looking forward to that. But John Wick 5. And you know what? I'm not going to pretend that I'm unhappy that they kind of faked us out. When they recorded the end of John Wick 4, I think they probably had it in mind that this is the end. But something funny happens when you make a lot of money. When you think something's over, you go right back to it. Because let's take a look for a second and put this all in context at the John Wick franchise. The first John Wick movie, this franchise, every film has gone up in terms of critic score and box office. Every chapter has gone up. The first John Wick made $86 million with a great 86% critic rating. John Wick Chapter 2, the box office doubled at $171 million and went up in its critic rating at 89%. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, the only one to have a little subtitle, almost doubled again at $327.7 million and an 89% critic rating. And then the most recent installment, John Wick Chapter 4, again, the box office went up another $100 million to $428.8 million, and the highest critic rating that the franchise has had so far at 94%. When your movie franchise keeps growing its box office, and again, at the very same time, keeps growing its critic reaction and the reaction you're getting from it, and you're a small size studio. Look, I'm not trying to downplay the importance and the role that Lionsgate has in the industry, but I'm saying when you compare Lionsgate to Paramount, Universal, Disney, Warner Brothers, etc., Lionsgate is one of the smaller players. And when you're one of the smaller players and you have in your possession one of the bona fide big popular movie franchises, of course you go back. Now, when they do Chapter 5, there's a couple things I want to see. The first thing I want to see is I want to see the return of the Baba Yaga. And what I mean by that is this. As much as I love the John Wick films, and you know I love the John Wick films, but as much as I love them, in John Wick Chapter 1, the mere mention of the name John Wick made everybody in the underworld tremble. The head of the Russian mob even going, why'd you slap my son? He took John Wick's car. Oh. Okay, everybody got it. You didn't want to hear the name John Wick because that meant he might be coming for you in your sleep. And then after that movie, it's like nobody cared that it was John Wick. I want us to, every 2-bit thug in the street, go after John Wick? Sure, I'll go after John Wick. Like nobody even paused. I would love to see especially after the events of John Wick 4, the return of the fear that the name Baba Yaga instills in people again. I'd love to see that. Number two, the second thing I'd like to see is I would like to see some time pass. Because in movie chronology, the events of John Wick 1 and the events of John Wick 4 don't take place all that far apart. Actually, the events of John Wick 1 through 3 were basically all within the same 72 hours, if I remember correctly, or some close period of time. So it'd be nice for like a John Wick 5 to start and say 6 years later or whatever, so we can start letting Keanu Reeves actually get caught up with his age. The third thing I would like to see is a plot idea. I would like to see John Wick, you know, in the whole Godfather thing about every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. John Wick escaped the yoke of the high table. I would love to see John Wick become the head of the high table. So he's not under their yoke and he controls. I don't know. Again, there's a million ideas they could have, but I would love to see with everything he's done in the last 4 movies that maybe he, goes on some kind of mission to become the head of the high table. I don't know, whatever. There's a million different ideas they can have. This video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Their Memorial Day sale is running now, and it's a great time to upgrade your mattress. You can get 25% off your purchase for a limited time. Check out the Helix site for more details. Guys, Helix Sleep offers the best premium mattresses, custom fit to your needs, conveniently shipped right to your door. And in case you're not 100% sure which mattress is best for you, Helix Sleep's quiz matches you to the perfect mattress based on your body type and sleep preferences. Guys, Ann and I have had our Helix mattress for almost a year, and even when we go to Las Vegas and stay in these beautiful hotel rooms, we can't wait to get home to get a great night's sleep in our Helix mattress. The mattress comes rolled up in a box and is easy to set up, and there's even a 100-night sleep trial to test the mattress out to ensure that you love it. And good news, Helix is having a great Memorial Day sale that goes from May 15th to June 4th. Visit helixsleep.com/Campea to get 25% off your Helix mattress plus 2 free pillows during their Memorial Day sale, running now for a limited time. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Now, granted, the end of John Wick 4 was, I think fair to say, a very satisfying ending to the John Wick story. But again, when your box office just goes up and the critic ratings and the fan responses just go up, of course you want to come back and make another one. And I, for one, would have been fine if they ended it after 4, but I am totally willing to open my arms and welcome in a John Wick Chapter 5. Do you guys feel the same? Maybe you think it's run its course. Maybe you can't wait for a number 5. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and check out our daily podcast, the John Campea Show podcast, available on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. And also, make sure you subscribe to our John Campea daily newsletter. You'll find the links down in the description of this video.